Welcome to Nosy Bystanders Live. I'm your host, Cheese Novi Bystander. I never can say that correct because I have braces. Welcome to the live show, you guys. It's Freestyle Friday. There's like not much going on in the news. I mean, obviously there's stories that are happening and occurring all over, America. Um, but there's not a whole lot of pressing shit that I want to get to. And so I figured today we could discuss some of the stories we worked on this week. Obviously, we already banned Candace Owens from this live stream. We're not talking about her ever again. But I did post a video about her on TikTok because apparently she's doing some sort of docu-series that I could care too about, and it's supposed to be the wild corruption of the Black Lives Matter movement, which again we've already proven not a scam. Okay. But she did post that. If you didn't see that, I'll pull it up for you right now. It's a story posted on Kanye West's Instagram account, and I'll pull that up for you now so you can watch it. It's not much to it. There's not much to it. It's just more propaganda garbage mumbo jumbo, if you will. So I want you guys to watch it, and then we'll go over um my thoughts mostly, because I can only hear myself. Okay, here we go.
Where is that money?
It's not here. Everything looks worse than it was.
Yeah, not much to it, but I'll replay it, okay?
990 IRS filings. They collected $80 million. Where is that money?
It's not here. Everything looks worse than it was.
Kanye West. What kind of are you smoking? It's really a shame that it's really a shame that, like, the Black community, like, he separated himself from the Black community, because he's a great attribute to the Black community, but he, like, let me just get your thoughts. Also, welcome everybody into the building. This is from Dina the Taurus says, "Hola," or who's all in here? Hello, Mary. Hello, where's the tea? Hello, Lynn. Hello, Tamika. Hello, Veronica. Melody, AC, in the life of Raina. I don't know if I've ever seen you before, but welcome. This is from Courtney. Hello, Courtney. Hello, Phyllis. Hello, YNV. Hello, Desiree. Hello, Quima. Who else do we have in here? Erica and Bougie. Hello. Uh, and Shania. Hey, Shania. What's up, Yada? Hello, Shauna. Yeah, so Kanye West is out here trying to convince Black people yet again, every time during midterm season, that Black Lives Matter doesn't do has not done anything for Black people. And I'm just about sick of Kanye West and, again, Candace Owens with their high intensity propaganda. Why can't they just leave us alone? It's like, we get it, you're rich. You know what I mean? It's like, you're rich. Okay. Fantastic. And the rest of us? What about the rest of us? We're not rich. So we can't understand your plight. If you just want to find someone to pick on, why don't they pick on each other? Why are they always picking on the less fortunate? That's the part I don't get. Why always bothering poor people? Do you guys remember when the Mega Millions for the first time in history had hit $1 billion, and Kim Kardashian said, she tweeted, did you guys get your mega ball tickets or whatever? Powerball tickets? And somebody tweeted her, Kim, stay out of poor people's business. And this is what I want to say to Kanye West and Candace Owens. Stay out of, black people business. Okay? Stay out of leave us alone. You're not helping. Just leave us alone. All you're doing is just tearing us apart. You're not offering any solutions. You're just sowing division. You know what I mean? You're just sowing division. Neither of you have ever come out with a solution to anything. So, like, what are we supposed to do with that? You know what I mean? What are we supposed to do with that? I don't know what we were supposed to do with that. I'm not entirely sure what we were supposed to do with that, but whatever it is, like, whatever it is, leave us alone. Do you understand what I mean? Because it offers nothing. It gave us nothing and it offered us nothing. Like it literally offered us absolutely zero squat diddly. Um, it offered us zero squat diddly, So Kanye West, Candace Owens, just go away. I'm trying to be nice about it. I'm trying not to swear. I think I got all my swearing out of me yesterday. If you watched yesterday's live stream, leave us alone. Now, thank you guys. Shout out to Dozy Bystanders who sent me that video with Mase. So if you don't remember yesterday, we discussed P. Diddy stating that Mase from his group Bad Boy or Bad Boy Entertainment back in the 90s owed him $3 million for a second album that, according to P. Diddy, he never got. Well, Mase responded. So I'm going to play that video for you guys here. Okay, let me pull it up for you because I want to talk about it. Hopefully, hopefully the person who is okay. So hopefully the person who is in the video, because she's kind of like screen recording it, hopefully she doesn't do a whole lot of talking because we're not really interested in what she has to say. But like that, here we go.
Mase is mad, y'all. Let's start with your mother, nigga. Your mother.
Hold on. Hold on. I have to
got the receipts, nigga. Everything is in your mother name. That's the one who got the receipts, nigga. You need more proof, nigga? Biggie ain't here, so Big can't give you no receipts. He dead. Craig Mack can't give you receipts. He dead. What are you talking about? Who else? Black Rob can't give you receipts. He dead. And everybody else you made sign paperwork so they can't talk about what I'm talking about. I'm the only one with the guts. And I signed it, nigga. Because I ain't need the money. All money ain't good money. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that, nigga. You know who to play with, nigga.
Ooh, child. Ooh, chat. I just saw this. I hadn't seen it. Wow. Let me hear from the audience. This from Shauna says she's not going to talk at all. I don't know who that is. This is from In the Life of Raina says he didn't hold back nothing. Boy, he did not. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He didn't hold back nothing. I wonder what that means. Now we could always dabble into conspiracy theories, like what is Mase talking about that all money isn't good money, or what's the premise behind all of that? No idea. Absolutely zero idea. But what I can say is that P. Diddy better stop. Now, I also found out yesterday that the Breakfast Club plays on a network called Revolt TV, owned by P. Diddy. So that's probably the main reason as to why they didn't question him. And shout out to Nosy Bystander who sent me that information. I didn't even know. I just thought I thought the Breakfast Club only aired on Hot 97 or something, the radio station out of New York. I didn't know that they were actually broadcast on a television network owned by P. Diddy. So thank you for that information. So I don't think P. Diddy is going to be doing a whole lot of talking about this. Because he didn't respond back. If anything, they're the ones who should be doing a versus battle. These two. Because I'd watch it. I don't watch versus anymore because it's not as popular. All of the celebrities show up late. All of the all of the it's always late. It's always late. It's very like, niggerish. So I don't like watching it because I'm like, who's gonna wait 3 hours for a celebrity to come out on stage? You so Power 105. Thank you, Power 105. I couldn't remember what it was. Smash that like button to Quima, not the pastor. Now I want to do a little digging into that statement because not to say that I don't believe it or not to say that I disbelieve it or believe it or disbelieve it, but it's interesting that he just came out and called him a scammer. So maybe we should take a deep dive into Mace's church, former church. Are y'all curious? Because I know I am. What's going on? It's always a mystery to me, and I'd like to know why. I really wish P. Diddy would just release the contract so we could read it and see, because he said he got all the receipts. Also, too, another statement that I don't know if you guys picked up, but Mace stated that his mom had the receipts. What does that mean? Does that mean that P. Diddy's mother is really the brains behind Bad Boy Entertainment? There's a lot of questions to ask with that 48-second clip, right? What was in the contract that allowed that Mace saw that made him not sign it? Okay. What does Mace mean by his mother has all the receipts? Is his mother the brain power behind Bad Boy Entertainment? What happened to the church that Mace worked? There's so much going on in this video. P. Diddy's mom. P. Diddy's mom. This is from Tiny says, she kept them receipts for what? And why would she keep them if it was her son's business? That's the weird part. Like, why would P. Diddy's mom have the receipts to what he was doing in a record label? That makes absolutely zero sense. What was your mom doing? Is your mom like a paralegal who wrote the contracts? Did your mom work for an attorney who helped iron out contracts for P. Diddy's up and coming music label? What is, I'm curious. I'm very curious. I'm very curious. This from Jerica says, that's a word on a street. What street? Which street, Jerica? This from Say Hunt said, no, the brains, but probably she put everything in his mother's name so he wouldn't get sued. Because that seems kind of greasy. Or he put everything in his mother's name so they couldn't get out of it, right? Because you got to negotiate with his mother in order to be able to get your master's and anything else. But if his mom is nowhere to be found, there's no way to negotiate with her. When you say that, Carla, what do you mean? Did P. Diddy put the money in his mother's name? No, that's not what Mace said. Mace said, we'll play the video back, but Mace said that his mom had the receipts. He didn't say his mom had the money. He said his mom had the receipts. Like, does his mom keep a safety deposit box full of receipts? You know what I mean? Like, I'm curious. I'm curious as to what that means. So I don't know. Okay, Mace, you do an awful lot of talking, but you ain't said much. But we still got to dig into that church now, because y'all know we love a little church gossip, and we ain't been to the church of Mase, so we got to figure out what it is that Mase is doing that people think is a scam. And so what we can do tomorrow is this evening after the show, I'll do a little bit of digging into Mace's church and see what happened, because I still find it kind of interesting. So I would definitely like to take a look into his church as to why it's a scam and why he's no longer affiliated with it. I mean, that's just, what kind of pastor is not affiliated with the church? Yeah, interesting. This is from Unicorn and Dimple says, all the deals seem greasy. They are greasy. Now, according to P. Diddy, he stated that, everyone, everyone got a good deal, blase soise. Yeah, except you don't have any artists at your label. So if everyone got a fantastic deal, where's the artist at? You know what I mean? If we take an account of like artists who were signed under Bad Boy who are still making music, there are none. Even if you look at Young Money, even though Young Money is it's no longer a label anymore. It's a name, but it's no longer a label because it was Lil Wayne sold it. He sold that in the masters. But all those artists are wildly successful. You know what I mean? Akon found Lady Gaga. She's wildly successful. That's why Akon doesn't work. He gets residuals from a Lady Gaga. He's doing great. You know what I mean? So like Jay-Z, he gets his residuals from other artists that he signed. He fumbled a bag on Doja Cat though. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Jay-Z actually signed Doja Cat and then a year later dropped her. I know he kicking himself in the teeth. I know a lot of people don't know that. I know he kicking himself in the teeth right now. Like, why did I drop her? Because maybe he thought at the time she's just too out there. Because remember she made that Tia Tamara song, and then she made that I'm a cow. I'm a cow. Remember that song? And so she was making like parody music. She was kind of like Weird Al Yankovic, and Jay-Z didn't quite know what to do with her. And then she got crazy. She did this song Juicy with Tyga. She did Juicy, and then she did the remix with Tyga. Then it blew up. And at that time, Jay-Z had already dropped her. So he was like, yikes. That was a big, he fumbled a giant bag. She ended up winning a Grammy that same year. So, but wildly successful. Moo was fire. Moo's still fire. So is Tia and Tamara. But yeah, but those are wildly successful artists, right? I don't know one successful artist who came from Bad Boy who's still making music. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is there Lil Kim? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Let me get to the comment section. This is from Carla. Carla says she's probably told Diddy not to have Mase unalived as long as she has her name on his stuff. Akon got a hit now. No, I don't think it has anything to do with that, you guys. Just try not to think too deep into music, right? It's not about unaliving people. Craig Mack and Biggie and all the other artists under Bad Boy died. Yeah, but they didn't. It's not suspicious except Biggie. Biggie's only suspicious one, but it's not suspicious at all. Okay, you guys, people die all the time. There's no conspiracy theory behind it, except Empire Records. That's different. Empire Records needs to be looked at by the federal government. I don't care what no one says. I don't care what no one says. Empire Records has way too many unalived music artists that I don't feel comfortable about. We're talking about Juice World. I think Juice World was under there. King Von, PNB Rock, it's too many. It's too many. I'm a little uncomfortable at the level of how many people have passed away under that record. That's an uncomfortable number. Death is normal. Death is not rare. But the rate that they are going through artists, rare. Rare. So that makes me uncomfortable. So definitely needs an investigation. And if you ask me, there's two incentives. And this is just alleged. This is not true. It's just an alleged conspiracy theory I have. I think that Empire Records is doing two things with these young and upcoming artists. One, they're looking at their posthumous albums and they're like, we make way more money posthumous. And second, life insurance. So I think they're just like, these people are worth more dead than alive. Because everyone who's passed away, all these artists who had passed away, it was just random. Like crime. Listen, again, Young Dolph, that's right. Now, somebody who understands, and I'm sure a lot of you in the audience understand statistics, analytical, whatever. I know crime statistics pretty well. Okay. I've done enough analytical papers where it has to research crime studies and all those other things, right? Especially state and local level and at the federal level. Crime happens with proximity. You can't get away from that. Okay. You can't get away from crime happening with proximity. Somebody who's going to get robbed in San Francisco, it's not going to occur because someone in New York flew out to do it. Okay. It's probably going to happen because somebody was in the neighborhood. They saw an opportunity and they took it. Okay. That's how crime happens. But every time you find out something about one of these people, it's always something super duper random. Like, oh, the 17-year-old kid saw that he posted his location. And I want to know because all of these artists seem wildly paranoid. I want to know which one of their publicists is telling them to publish their locations. I want to know. Because everyone knows that what's his name? The one who's married to Laura London, him. Everyone knows he was wildly paranoid. And he never posted his location ever. So the sheer fact that somebody just snuck on him while he was at his store in Slauson is weird. It's just weird to me. And for no reason. There was like no rhyme or reason behind it. He just did it. Nobody wants to do that. So I feel like there's a conspiracy. I don't know how or where, but I would love if there was more information on the internet. But I think there might be enough. And I feel like I could be able to put a correlation together if I just dug hard enough, right? The people who they find who do it and their connections to the record label, or there's always a connection. There's always a connection. Remember, we found the connection between the Potter's house and the Shade Room. No one probably thought it existed. It exists, and it's creepy. Okay, so I would love to find the connection between, these artists who passed away under Empire Records and their shooters. I would love to find that because, yeah, I'm not buying it. Nipsey Hussle, yes, thank you. I don't know why his name was just not coming to me, but yeah, I would love to see the coordination because that don't make no sense, and I'm not buying it. Okay, I'm not picking up what they putting down. All right, I'm not picking up what they putting down. There's a connection to something always, all the time. That's just the way the world works. That's just how it is. You can't get around it. There's always a coordination between this and or that. Okay, it's just there's nothing you can do. But that just, I don't know. It just makes me feel wildly uncomfortable. Like, how are all these artists just? That's a lot of artists. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. It's the level of it just makes me, it just makes me uncomfortable. I'm not comfortable with the level of how many people have passed away. Now I want to get into this story. I want to get into this story here. Let me share my screen. I know it's just random stuff that I see today. I know there's no rhyme or reason behind it. None of the stories were interesting enough on their own to have a full dissection about, but I want to get into Tasha K. Okay, let me share my screen here. So I want to get into Tasha K. And this is just an assortment of tweets that I've seen. So she is, I don't know, doing everything but paying her debt. Yesterday we talked about how a bunch of artists, here, let me, yesterday we were talking about a bunch of artists who, what's the word I'm looking for? A bunch of bloggers were getting sued. That's what we were talking about yesterday. So yesterday we were talking about a bunch of bloggers who were just constantly getting sued, and Tasha K happens to be one of them. Now, Tasha K, um, if you guys hadn't already known, Tasha K has a summary judgment against her for $4 million that she owes to Cardi B for slander, and she has not paid that. She's not paid that, and people are speculating if she moved her money to Africa, if she only came home to visit and then to leave again, or blase skip. I wanted to talk about that because it's rather important, and not the whole her skipping out on her debts. I don't care about that. She could file bankruptcy and skip out on her debts, and I guarantee you that's exactly what she's going to do if she's smart. Um, and It's just crazy because, like, at what instance do we like pick the new queen of gossip? You know what I mean? Because if it was, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but it was Tasha K. It was Tasha K. Tasha K was like literally the runner-up to Wendy Williams. After Wendy Williams' show had ended, she was the runner-up. A lot of people don't want to admit it because they're jealous, but she was. And then the Cardi B lawsuit really set her behind. Okay, she was geared to be the next Wendy Williams, except she got into a lawsuit she couldn't get out of. She got into a lawsuit she couldn't get out of. And then what happened? You know what I mean? And now there's no space. Every single female blogger is like running around with her chicken with her head cut off because everyone's afraid to get sued. Everyone is afraid to get sued. Everyone is terrified of it. Nobody wants to get sued. And it's like there is like a kind of a void missing because there's no one who has that pizzazz and personality like Tasha K does. She does. She has really great she does have on-air personality. Except she's got loose lips that sunk her ship. You know? She's got loose lips that sunk her ship. And she became a financial liability that nobody wants to touch. I wouldn't want to touch that. You know what I mean? Like, let's be realistic. Who would want to touch Tasha K? She's toxic. And she'll cost you about $4 million. The sad truth is that there's too much fast news coming out from these blogs, which denigrates real bloggers, you know, like real true deep dives. And I'm not saying that we should stop that. Like, we should absolutely have news that is focused on Black entertainment, Black moguls, Black influencers, all that good stuff. Blase skip. But at the end of the day, what happens is it gets overly saturated, and then there's no deep story to dig into. So then you get people like Tasha K who ends up picking at a story that doesn't exist. You understand what I mean? You're picking at a story that doesn't exist. And you threw away your entire career for what? I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I would bet my bottom dollars I feel someone paid her to run that story on Cardi B. You know? I don't know, it just feels like that. And that's how a lot of bloggers are. That's how the shade room is. That's why you can never get the shade room to discuss the story at length, because they're being paid to not do it, which is disingenuous to news, you know? It's incredibly disingenuous. So there is a giant gaping hole in the sphere of gossip. There's no one there to kind of step in and do it well, and do it in depth. You know what I mean? So, whoever's up, good luck. You know what I mean? Good luck to that, because that's a difficult arena to get into. It's very male dominated. I don't like it. I'm not a sexist. I'm not someone, and I'm not an ultra feminist, like, oh, this belongs to women. But at the same time, though, I feel like gossip is women made it. We made it what it is. We made it good. We made it sleek. We made it seamless. You know what I mean? We made it interesting. We jazzed it up. We flavored it all different kinds of ways. We put our own spin on it. And then men got into the arena and then they just dominated it and stole it. And they use their connections with celebrities to basically steal every single story that there is. And that's why we hate them. At least I do, because they denigrate the story. So when there is a cheating basketball player, well, he's good friends with Ricky Smiley Morning Show. So Ricky Smiley Morning Show is going to get the interview. No one else gets to talk to him. And then bam, the story is over. So it's like, it's not fair. It's not really fair to gossip. There's too many men in the pot, and there's too many problematic women like Tasha K murking it up for us. You understand what I mean? Like, she doesn't realize the stain that she left on black gossip sites, her and Nosy Hoes, both of them. That's why no one takes us seriously, because they think that we're just like them. They think because they shit spread lies, which costs them financially, that the rest of us do. We don't. So because of problematic women like her, problematic women like Nosy Hoes, just saying random outlandish stuff that's going to get them sued, then it makes it bad for the rest of us who want to do stories. And it makes it bad for people who want to come forward and share their stories. Because they're like, well, I don't know, I'm scared. Because Tasha K commercialized interviews online, right? Doing interviews on camera. I don't do that. And so a lot of people, even when you ask them, can you just tell me what it is? They give you these breadcrumbs and I just throw the whole story away. I don't take breadcrumb stories. If you're not willing to sit down and talk to me for an hour over the phone privately, I'm not touching the story. If I can't talk to you, I'm not covering a story for you in bits and pieces, because people are afraid that you're recording them. People are afraid that you're, I don't know, videotaping I don't know what people are afraid they're going to do, but it's really bad. It's bad. You understand what I mean? It's very, very, very much bad. So shout out to Tasha K. Thanks for ruining gossip. I hope you have a great time in Africa. Let me get some of your comments. This from Tia. Tia says, yes, men do that with everything. Bloggers, fashion, makeup, relationships, everything. Cece said, bullseye. And then she said, adding allegedly like parsley. Got to. Can't get sued over here. This is from Karen. Karen says, there's a lot of things to talk about, but you do your research, and that is why you're ahead of them all. Thank you very much. Continuing doing you stuff. I'll do my best. Thank you. This is from Carla. She says, gossiping is a feminist trait. In my opinion, women do it best. I wouldn't call it a feminist trait. I would just say it's a trait. It's like gender neutral, but women just do it better. You understand what I mean? We just do it better. Does that make sense? Hello, Lynn. How are you? This is from Brox. 133 in the bill. It's 182 in the bill. Smash like button on your way in. Don't be ignorant. St. Hudson says she's got those VPN IP blockers and set it to Africa. No, she's in Africa. Tasha K is definitely in Africa. I can guarantee you that. She's definitely in Africa. But she doesn't understand what she did. So we're here at the Nosy Bystanders. We're just making it abundantly clear. You destroyed gossip. And you turned it into this. You turned it into the National Enquirer. And you know the stain that it leaves for Black people. So, we just got to fix it. We just have to correct gossip. We got to correct it because of her. So, Tasha K is still in Africa. I hope she never comes back, to be honest with you. She doesn't really do anything. She doesn't really offer much. So, wherever it is she's at, I hope she has fun there. I do. I hope she has fun there, because whatever it is she thought she was attempting to do, whatever empire she was attempting to build, she ruined it. She definitely ruined gossip, and it's going to take some years to get that back. But don't you worry, you guys, because here at the Nosy Bystanders, we're going to do our best to do so. We're no doofuses. We'll do our best, okay? This is from Socialite Simone. Hello, says a circus. Worse than Media Takeout at the National Choir. Yeah, and whatever happened to Media Takeout? That no one talks about it anymore, but Media Takeout, if you go to their website, it still looks the same. Wow. They're so I don't know what happened. Let me go to their Twitter page. Hold on. Do they have a Twitter account? Hold on one second. Let's check, because I don't remember. I don't remember if Media Takeout is. We got to search. Okay. Is this them? Someone said I wish Media Takeout was still a thing, so all y'all who care so much about what celebrities got going on can be in the comments going back and forth and leave the rest of us alone. Yeah, whatever happened to Media Takeout? Here they are. Not sure what that is. Their last tweet was 9 hours ago. It was a retweet. But I don't think this is them. I don't think that's them. Is this them? I think this might be them. Is their website? Yeah, this is their website. Okay, but whatever happened to them? They used to be so big. Let's go to their Instagram page. I'm gonna go to Instagram. Let's see if they got an Instagram. Wow. Mm. They have a website, but they don't. They have a website, but they don't have a social media. Like, they don't have social media. Like, I can't find. I mean, it looks like they're posting most recent stories. This story about Meek Mills came out today. So, yeah. This story came out today. That's so weird. I don't know what happened to Media Takeout, you guys. Kanye West stayed on their neck for a number of years. They used to be on Instagram. Wasn't they on Instagram? They used to be on Twitter too. I used to love Media Takeout. I don't know if this is their official Twitter page. It doesn't look like it is. Let me go to their Twitter page. Let me try that page again. They say that this is their official Twitter page, but I don't think this is. Nope, it's not. Thank God. Thank God I didn't continue to scroll. It's porn. Phew, I would have got totally flagged. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to their page. Yeah, that's sad. This is the tweet right here. Hold on. This is the tweet right here. You see this? So Media Takeout used to have you on a chokehold. Yes, it did. Media Takeout used to have me in a chokehold, honey, like you wouldn't believe. Like you would believe. I used to follow their every word. Them in World Star. Media Takeout World Star in early 2000s, honey. Ciao. But here's the thing. Media Takeout, I don't know. Like it doesn't make sense to me that they don't have a Twitter account anymore. Like, that's so weird. That's so weird. Hold on one second. I have to see. Why don't they have any social media? It's the weirdest mystery. But they post on here. So how can you find them? Like, do they have like a contact us? Hmm. Excuse me. They don't have. Wow. They don't. You guys. They don't. That's weird. And I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist. But that's weird. He said, "Oh me, I will scroll at work, child. Don't do it." YMV said, YMV said, Michelle. Oh, this is not for me. Sorry. You said, Media Takeout, Press Hilton, me at school on dial-up internet, log in with the logging, hogging the phone line. Absolutely, absolutely. You said, Bossum is dry. It is dry. Child, I used to be on Media Takeout daily. Now, do you remember? Hold on, I gotta look up when it was. I'll tell you the last time Media Takeout was mentioned. It was on Valentine's Day of 2016. And you know how I know? Because of this. And this album here by Kanye West, Life Pablo, my favorite album by Kanye West. He released it February 14th of 2016. There's a song on here called No More Parties No More Parties in LA. Okay? It's with him and Kendrick Lamar. It's called No More Parties in LA. In the song, he says this. He's Let me pull up the lyrics. It's like doing my daily routine, checking Media Takeout. That's what he says. Doing my daily routine, checking Media Takeout. Now, if you guys don't remember, in the early 2000s, Kanye West used to beef with Media Takeout like it was his job. Like it was his job. Like it was his job. Yes. He got sued. Media Takeout got sued by Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. You're absolutely correct. Thank you very much for the super chat, Saint West. He got sued by They got sued by Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. All of a sudden, poof, no more Media Takeout. And I think in the settlement, it probably meant that Media Takeout, I think somewhere in the settlement, Media Takeout had to do one or two things: dissolve their company altogether or just dissolve their social media. That's why they're not on Twitter. And that's why they're not on Instagram. But they still have an active live website, which makes absolutely no sense, because what's that for if you're not going to be producing the news? What is that for? It makes no sense, right? You have to have a social media presence. They don't even have a TikTok. Okay? So you're absolutely correct. Yes. Kanye West killed Media Takeout, and we just don't talk about it. Weird. Weird. You said I found their Instagram. If it has less than 1,000 followers, that's not them. Their whole full name is one word: Media Takeout. No underscores, no ampersands, nothing. So I don't think if they do, share it with us so we can see it. But I don't think they have an Instagram. That's so crazy. So Kanye West, you killed it. But it's okay, because I think that we can. I think we should look further into it, as we should, as anyone should. It's just crazy to me. It's so crazy. But media is important. Kanye West is not. Okay. Media is important. Kanye West is not, because he's just problematic in and of itself. And shout out to Media Takeout. We miss you. I wish they would do the same thing with the Shade Room. I do. I wish they do the same thing with the Shade Room. I wish Cardi B would do the same thing with the Shade Room. And I promise you, um, she's probably tried, and it's probably very difficult for her to do it. It's probably very difficult for her to do it. But I guarantee you, she tried. I guarantee you, she tried. I guarantee you, Cardi B tried with the Shade Room. But the Shade Room's not stupid enough to post lies about her. They may post stuff about, oh, why is she wearing this outfit? Or, ooh, it's Cardi B being sexist. Those things you can't sue over. They're just annoying. Okay. But you saying that Cardi B has a venereal, you can sue over that. So yeah. So it's just crazy to me. This from Jazz. Jazz says, just came across you. I feel like your authentic vibes. Oh, thank you, Jazz Simmons. Love you, love you. Appreciate to the Queen Radio. Oh, thank you. Yeah, she didn't come on last night. She went on Instagram. When I went to lay down, she went on Instagram and she was just she was talking about she's doing some dance hall music with somebody by the name of Spice and like 5 other dance hall ladies. So she wasn't really talking about much. It wasn't anything. She wasn't even mean about anything. She was just talking about how she doesn't want to do Queen Radio because it doesn't like she might be visual, right? So she might like to see the visuals. Like she likes the comment section. So she was like, I don't know if I like Queen Radio because like I feel like you guys can't see me. I can't see you. It just feels like everyone's just so far away. So she likes having the comment section because, which makes sense. Like that makes sense. You understand what I mean? That makes sense. It makes sense, you know? So yeah. So it makes sense. So she didn't do Queen Radio. She did Instagram Live. Um, you said, I like Spice. She might be decent. Well, she's the queen of dance hall music. So like, they're both island girls, so they might as well just hook up and do a single together. And Spice seems to mind her business. You know what I mean? Cece said, could it be because those kids were raised on picture books? They're quick to say, I'm not reading at all. Oh, I'm not sure if you're talking to me. I'm sorry. Cece said, Paige has 99,000 followers. It's most likely them just fell off and couldn't keep up. Ooh, what's their name? Is it just Media Takeout? Let me pull it up. Go back to Instagram. I'll try to look them up again. Okay. I don't know what their correct spelling is, so it's just hard to find them. This is a Media Takeout page, but this is a Media Takeout. Does that make sense? Because this is not their logo. But I saw the page. It has 99.5K followers, but that's not Media Takeout. That's not their insignia, right? Their insignia looks a little bit different than this. And they don't have their watermark on it. This is a media page, but it's not Media Takeout. Yeah, that's so weird. And yeah, so weird. I'm looking at their page now. Sorry, you guys. You're probably like, what are you looking at? I'm looking at their page. Let me see if I can pull it up here so you guys can see it too. I don't think this is them, but I could be wrong, but I don't think this is their page. Yeah, this is their last post, May 4th. But this is not their logo, so I don't know who this is. Weird. Who follows them? Just weird. Interesting. I don't know whose page this is, but that's not. This is not Media Takeout's logo. This is their logo. I'll pull up their logo now. This is their logo. It looks like this. You know? So I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's them. I don't think it's them. It looks fake. It looks like someone manages it, but it doesn't look real. And maybe they stopped posting because the real Media Takeouts told them that they couldn't use the name or something, or maybe the name is copywritten. Um, it's interesting. Interesting to say the least. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Kanye West killed Media Takeout. I hate to say that word. He unalived Media Takeout, got rid of them, got them off the internet. So it's sad to see them go. But if you're being problematic, you're just being problematic. There's really not much you can do about it, especially if you get sued. Um, Interesting. So there's so many interesting stories, right? Like, what did Mase mean about P. Diddy's mom having all the receipts? And what happened to Media Takeout? And we still never figured out who extorted who is currently trying to extort Azalea Banks. In the live stream that she had posted, in the live video she had posted, not live video, and the story she posted on Instagram, she stated that somebody was trying to extort her, somebody she helped get a publishing deal, which I don't know what that means, but I want to dig into it a little bit further because it can't be a brother, so it's got to be a cousin because Azalea Banks only has two sisters. So I'm not entirely sure, excuse me, I'm not entirely sure who's the one trying to extort her, you know? It just it just seems a bit weird. But I want to dig into that story too, but I'm really more interested in whatever happened to Media Takeout because what the heck? What the actual heck? But you guys, that's all I have for you on Thursday. Unfortunately, the news was a bit slow today, but on Friday, we're going to pick back up as we always do on Friday. We just go over all the stories that we had already covered and new ones. Because, you know, with these celebrities, somebody's bound to get messy and ghetto by the end of the week. Uh, it's always like it is. Yesterday was they were all crazy on Wednesday. I don't know what happened, but somehow they all simmered down by Thursday. But Friday, they usually like to kick it back up into gear. So that's what I have for you to this evening. I'm your host, Chief Nosy Bystander. If anything happens, we'll be back later on this evening, but I don't think there will be. You guys have a good night. Thank you, and bye bye.